What's up, everyone? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a great day. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin and what I think our next moves may be. Definitely stick around. Pretty interesting video. Also, I want to remind you guys there's a free Discord group in the description below the video along with some other affiliate links. The affiliate links really help the channel out if you guys want to contribute to the channel. Let's get on with the video and see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial, trading, or investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Read it. All right, looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we're at 41. We dropped 3 points from yesterday. We were at 44. So we are having a little pump right now. I do think we hit a temporary bottom, but I'm going to show you what I believe is going on. My opinion, of course, not yours. Let's look at the longs versus short on Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance totaled. The longs dropped a little bit. They're at 62.85. The shorts are at 37.15. So we still have more longs than shorts, but that Bitfinex with the 91% is just still mind-boggling. I have no idea what's going on with that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin in the monthly. We are still within this falling wedge. I do believe to be a big bull flag still, in my opinion. Again, guys, I could be wrong. We will see. Let's look at the EMAs here. We are below the 8 EMA here, which is at about 79.12 as of the time of making this video. Let's look at the weekly now. And looking at the weekly chart, same thing. We're in this falling wedge. Volume is still declining. Let me move this up so you can see it. Volume's still declining here, guys. So we have not had a breakout of this formation. When we do, we will definitely know. Keep in mind, I still have the low targets of the Fibonacci retracement at 5,400 and this long-term trend line at 4,900. Those are the bearish case scenarios, guys. I'm going to show you what we're looking at. Let's first look at the RSI. And as you guys know, in the RSI, I had first been looking at this support resistance line in red on the bottom. Back in 2013-14, we capitulated past the support, broke back through it in 2015, came back down, tested it, and continued our bull run into 2017. Right here, 2018, we capitulated under it, broke back through, came back, tested for support, and I believe we continue up from here, guys. That's not to say, you know, we don't still go up and down a little bit. I'm not saying we go straight to the moon. I do want to look at what we were looking at in this RSI. We were looking at this as a falling wedge. We broke out of it here, came back down, tested it for support, which lined up with the red support line here. And then we did a trend line from this peak and these two touches, and we have broken out of that. Thirdly, I just copied this bottom trend line, put it up here, and we are peeking through it. If we can close the weekly outside of this, guys, I get even more bullish than I already am. You guys know I am a bull. But let's look at the daily. So this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So right now on the daily, our 0.618 is at about the 72.32 range, the 0.618 of the Fibonacci retracement, and the golden pocket zone being between the 0.65 and the 0.618, which we did dip below back here, but managed to make our way up. As you guys know, I have this target of 8,900. I do believe there's going to be some more movement before we get there, but the reason I have that target, I'll show you, is looking at this white trend line here and here being a falling channel, which we've broken out of, and the measured move off that is 89.01. Now, I'm going to go into, let's go back to the weekly real quick. Did we look at the RSIs here? We did not. Sorry, guys. We'll get back to the daily in a second. I just want to take a quick peek at the RSIs. And as you can see, they are starting to turn up on the daily. We did avoid this cross, or we can avoid this cross if we stay up in this range. We can avoid the 13 from crossing the 55 EMA, which will be a good thing. Now let's go back to the daily. looking at the daily, we are having the 13 cross the 55 today, which is bullish, guys. Our 200 EMA on the daily is up at an 81.45 range. It is a possibility we run up to here before continuing down, but we're going to take a look at the targets here in the 4 hour in just a second. We did get our bounce yesterday where we expected it, and if we look at the 4 hour, it bounced off the 55 EMA perfectly. Let's look at the RSI along with the price action. So in the RSI, we were in this falling channel in red. We broke out of it here, came back up, and as you can see, we are in a rising channel in white. I believe we could come back up for one more touch here before coming down and retesting the bottom or the top of this channel. Bearish case scenario would just be coming down from here and retesting this channel. But as of right now, it still looks pretty good, guys, at least for this medium term move up. And I will show you, we already went through, you know, how I was looking at this 8900 MY would be the breakout of this white falling channel here. I do have other stuff in another chart we're going to go into. I do want to take a look at the EMAs. We did get our bounce. I had this target at 76.58. We got a bounce at 76.69. So it was off a little bit. But if you look, we did hit the 55 EMA perfectly and got a bounce. And we're getting a nice little rip right now up. Also, let's go over to this chart. And I'm going to show you what I'm seeing here. And let me know in the comments above if you agree with me on this or not. But I believe we're going to go up to around the 80.73 range, and I'll show you why. That is using a Fibonacci retracement and bringing it to the swing high down to the swing low. And that'd be our 0.5 EMA. Keep in mind, guys, we could go all the way up to the 81.67, which would be the 0.618 in golden pocket area. But I do believe this is going to be a correction. And if you look at this bigger falling wedge, rising broadening wedge I have here, I do believe it's possible, no guarantees, that we go down to the 72 after getting a bounce up into this range. And I'll show you why. I got the 80.73 here, and that, like I said, that's a retracement to the 0.5. And then if we take a Fibonacci fib extension tool, bring it to the swing high, to the swing low, up to that 80.73 area, our target would be right around the 72.71 area. But keep in mind, it all depends on where this lands. If this lands at that 0.618 fib, which was up in here, then our target goes up to around 73.80 to 7400. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and tick the notification bell to get you notified, because I do daily updates and I will try to keep up on this as best as possible for you. I did enter a long this morning and it's doing pretty well. I posted it in our members chat. If you're interested in being a member, you can check down below. There's a join button by the description. Also, don't forget, there's a totally free Discord group, guys. It's a good community to hang out, chit chat, learn a little bit about crypto. But anyways, that's what I'm looking at. And if you pull it, I'll pull this over. I put this on my Twitter yesterday. I adjusted this a little bit, but I did put this on my Twitter yesterday. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is down below, also in the description with all the affiliate links. If you guys are interested in trading, I do have Bybit tutorial. I will leave that up top. And I do suggest you use a test net first before you actually use real money. And then when you think you're ready to trade and use real money, put very little in and don't do crazy high leverage, guys. But anyways, that's what I'm looking at, the 72. Now, the bearish case, obviously a rising broadening wedge is technically a bearish sign, and they break down most of the time. It doesn't have to, and we'll kind of see where we're at when we get here. But a measured move of that, guys, would be measuring, say it broke down from this area here. We would measure the width of that whole wedge there and take it to the breakdown. And again, this All depends on where it breaks down. The bottom price will change, but that gets us up down to about the 5,500. And remember, we have a the 0.786 retracement is around 54. So it coincides with that area. We'll see what happens. Again, guys, we don't have to do that. We don't even have to go down to the 72. As you can see, we did get our bounce here that we were expecting off of this top trend line. We could continue all the way up to 8,900. Not saying this has to retrace, but it does look more likely to me. And if you look at the RSI, we were watching this channel here. In the red, we had a rising channel. And then we had this falling channel here we popped up out of, came back down, tested for support. Then we were coming back down, and I had told you guys yesterday I'd be entering a long in this area, which, like I said, I did enter a long down here. Now, if we come all the way up to test the top of this, that would probably be around the 8,900. But most likely, most likely what I see happening, and we'll go into Litecoin here in a second, guys. Most likely what I'm thinking is going to happen by the technicals I just showed you is maybe come up into this area, come back down, and retest the bottom of this channel. And if that breaks, that would be the bearish case scenario. But we will get to that when it comes. Like I said, make sure you're subscribed. I do daily updates every single morning, guys. And yeah, let's look at Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin on the daily. So I have some targets here. And we did break out of this falling channel. So my target at this point is up around the 47.34 at least. Let me show you what else I'm looking at. We had this falling channel here. Within that falling channel, we have this broadening wedge. We are getting resistance on the top of this falling channel again, which, as you can see here, we are getting rejected on this rising channel I had here. We did break back down in. Now we're getting rejected from it. But if we do break up, I see us going up maybe to that 49.46, which would be the top of this white broadening wedge here. We'll go into the 4 hour and get in a little more detail. But as you can see, all the EMAs are turned up, looking bullish. Let's go into the 4 hour, see what the 4 hour looks like. All right, in the 4 hour. So like I said, I have this channel here. I did a measured move out of that. That gets us up to that 47.34 range. I do believe we get up to at least there. Let's take a look. And then I do have this rising broadening wedge also in Litecoin. And if we get the same type thing I'm looking at in Bitcoin, let me put the extension on this. If this move was over right there, the one-to-one extension would be lined up right with our 41.32. So if we're done here and come down, we could be looking at the 41.32. But if we go up to the 47 and do a correction, that gets us around, that would be around the 42.37 range. So keep that in mind, 41.30 to 42.27. Just like in Bitcoin. Well, let me show you too. On the RSI on the 4 hour here, we have had our 3 touches on the top, a bunch of touches on the bottom, and we've had the same here in the price action. What I believe is going to happen here, if we come up and test the top of this again, guys, that's going to be around that 4,900. But I believe this is going to turn over and come back down into this area, which again would be like Bitcoin coming down into, depending on where it went, but you know, somewhere in this area around the $40 range. Now, the other thing, if this does break the measured move down, bearish case, guys, depending on where it broke, let's just say it broke in here. Remember, it depends exactly where it breaks. So this is going to be an estimate, but if we were to break, we'd be looking around right around the $31 range, somewhere in that area. But like I said, unless it actually breaks and we can measure, keep in mind that is technically these break down, but they don't have to, guys. We will be keeping an eye on this. Definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes. Leave your comments down below. That also gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. And yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget, these are my ideas, not yours. Have a great day.